Everybody. Hopefully my voice holds out, but today I want to show you how to create a box and just so you understand what you're looking at here. This is the two parts of the box. This is going to be this is all part of box A, and it's a 5-piece box, so there's going to be an opening, and so this is basically the top, and then just like it shows probably in the picture that you're looking at. Excuse me. This is the underside of the box. So this is going to be slightly smaller, and this is going to be the bottom of the box. So here's how this is going to work. You are going to need to download this template, and I'll have directions on how to do that, or a link to where to get the template. Once you have the template, as you can see, there's two layers. There's this hex layer that just kind of tells you what everything is, and the actual images. Do not change these dimensions in any way, shape, or form. You want to keep them where they are too. And the basic idea behind this is you're going to use these as a guide. But what I'm here to do is just talk to you about this. You're going to create a cutout that can go inside this area. Well, so to start off with, I'm going to create a new layer. I'll put it on top of everything, and I think I'll make this my design layer. So that's where I'm going to actually put my designs. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So if you think about it, the design is going to basically be any shape you want it to be, anything you want, but it's going to have to fit inside of this area here. You don't want it to go all the way to the edges because this is made out of wood, and if you do that, the box will start falling apart. So I'd recommend leaving a little bit of a space like that, just because you have to think it's wood. It needs something to keep it together structurally. So I'm using that just as my template. I'm going to option drag and just make a copy of this just so I have that. So this is my box, side one, and I know that it's actually, this is up right here. So I'm going to rotate this so I can orient myself. So actually this is the same thing right here. So let's say if I decide to repeat the design, it would go over there. How do I do this? Well, I want to start by making my design. You can use font, you can use imagery, you can use the path tool. Let me show you a couple quick and easy things. So if I take the rectangle tool, for example, and I draw something here, and excuse me, and I give it a stroke weight of, let's say, 10 points, okay? And let me show you how simple this is. I can create something very quickly, and maybe I'll make a couple more of these. I don't know what I'm doing exactly. I'm just kind of playing around, and I'll kind of mess with them in this area here, and maybe stretch some of this out. I'm just kind of moving this around so I get an aesthetically pleasing design of my liking. It's totally up to me what I want it to look like. So say, for example, something like that. Now the idea behind this is once I have this, like maybe I'm going to add a letter or something in here. So I'm going to go ahead and, gosh, I hate Myriad Pro. Let me grab, excuse me. It can be any letter you want, really. Although I probably want to stay away from something too crazy. So, change it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I thought it changed it, but it didn't. Just type it. Maybe I have to type something in first. Here's an A. Very exciting. Okay, I'm going to just change that to something other than Myriad Pro. All right, and grab this and stretch this out. All right. So obviously I can use letters too. Now the idea behind this is that anything like a letter or any designs at all, imagine this black area is where the wood's going to be. So if I take this letter and I just kind of have it floating on its own somewhere, that's not going to work. Also, I'm a little concerned about that because it's a little thin. So I might even want to take this letter and give it a little bit of a stroke and just make it a little thicker, just so it shows up a little better. But also don't have it floating. So anything that's touching the sides I'm going to be good to go. So you can have words, you can have letters, you can have shapes, you get the idea. Once I have that, I take this and I'm going to select all these. And I just realized I have to do something with my letter first. And I'm going to go to Object. Actually, I can select the letter. It's not letting me. You know what? I'm going to move this one shape away because that's just for reference. So I'm going to grab all this and say Object, Expand. And I'll say OK to everything. And good, it worked. Okay, so now you can see I've got these actual physical shapes where I didn't have them before. Now this is where it gets weird. In the next video I'm going to show you that there's a little bit more to this because this is not the design I want. I want to create a design where we're cutting out the shapes in between. So in other words, you have to tell the computer not to cut all this stuff out, but to cut this space right here out. It'll make sense in just a minute.